I'd like to start this week's vlog with an open letter to Safeway. Dear Safeway, you know how cold it is outside, and don't get me wrong, I know that you have lots of refrigerated items and frozen items in your store, but I've been to many other supermarkets. I've been to Lucky, I've been to Trader Joe's, I've been to Whole Paycheck, I've been to 99 Ranch, I've been to Lenardi's, I've been to SF Supermarket, I've been to Big T, I've been to Lewis, I've been to Alpha Beta. You see, I'm mentioning out of defunct supermarkets for comic effect. And none of these places feels like I'm in danger of going into hypothermia by stepping into their residence. How come your store feels like an industrial freezer? How come I feel like I should be wearing a winter parka walking into your store? There is no need for your store to be this cold. That's all I'm trying to say right now. So anyway, yes, I put Dirty Bill in the frame because he's fast becoming the breakout character of my vlogs, so there you go. Yes, my question and answer thing has been rather disappointing. It was kind of precipitated by, first of all, the whole Brother Duke asking about, what Marindia was all about, and I did that last week, and also from Andre Riechenbacher, who's, I think, my only fan who is not a personal friend of mine, or someone just trying to get into my pants. So it's just like my only actual fan, who seems to be wondering, what's up with the movie Explorer? I did kind of leave you hanging on that. And, I had every intention, like, at the start of this season, of just completely just cutting myself loose from that. With like, only, like, the actual review of... What the hell? Never mind. With only, my actual... I was going to, like, just cut it off and just do one more review, and of course it's going to be for Legend of Lila Claire, because that was the one Movie Explorer review that I really wanted to do. And that's still more or less the plan, but there's still like this huge backlog of movies that I want to talk about. Yet I don't want to do like the full Movie Explorer treatment, and I also it's just, with park housing quickly going away. More on that later. I still want to talk about movies, but I don't really have the means to do the Movie Explorer reviews like I used to. So I was thinking of doing something called Mini Explorer, which will just be, clips of the films and me talking. Just audio of me talking. Just it would be basically like audio. It's not quite podcasts, but audio reviews with just me talking about these films. Dinner's ready. And I would kind of like to, because there's like all these films that I want to talk about, but I haven't got the chance to talk about them yet. So, yeah, I didn't want to completely just leave it. And I do want to do that TV show retrospective that I promised months ago, but never got around to. This is all probably going to be happening, after I leave the park housing. So, yeah, I'll be doing that. And who's asking about, will I be doing, what was the movie? Valley of the Dolls. Yeah, because no one's ever done a review of that before. Yeah, I was thinking of doing it as a part of, like a retrospective on all the Jacqueline Suzanne novels that got turned to screen, which I think she wrote 3 novels, and each one of them got a movie screen adaptation. I think I do those in reverse order because that would be the least interesting one would be first, which was of course Jacqueline Suzanne's "Once Is Not Enough." That's the actual full title. Yeah, the least interesting one is the one that got an Oscar nomination, and true story. But actually, the one that most intrigues me is the one I haven't actually seen, which is The Love Machine. And the reason it intrigues me is because it stars John Philip Law. And every movie I've seen that he's in is worth seeing. And not because they're good. Well, Danger Diabolique was kind of good, but, it's Mario Bava. How can you not like anything that he's done? Well, there was the stuff that he did at the end. I can't remember what his late period films were like, but everything I've seen by Mario Bava is worth seeing. But yeah, Skidoo, I need to do a review on that one because my feelings towards it are complicated, and of course Space Mutiny. Well, I don't need to say anything about that. But yeah, it's the Confirmed Bachelors promo videos. I have actually finally completed the script on the one that was being held up for a while. And, let me get a little water here. Yeah, still needs a little work on the script. But the first draft of the script is done. So no more waiting. And regarding this, Sunday is my last day working. Is my last day working here at the park, and but this is paid up till the end of the month, so I don't have to be out of here until the 30th. I'm probably going to be. I'll be leaving the 27th. I'm actually going to spend 5 more days here because I haven't been able to enjoy the park. I've been working all the time. And, I work, like, during the prime hours when I should be out hiking. So, yeah, I'm going to spend, like, 5 more days having one last hurrah, just enjoying, just hiking every day. And I'll come back here and do, filming stuff. There'll be one more vlog. And that vlog will be kind of a surprise, although I think you'll kind of guess what the surprise is. And then I'll do those promo videos like I promised you. And one last thing is, of course, tasting something. And this week we have Kwang Chuan's Apple Black Tea. And it says, "The Story of Fruit Tea." Here, look at that. I don't know if you can see the tiny little text at the top there where it says, "The Story of Fruit Tea" in this ornate font. Yeah, a little love for Kwang Chuan right now. Their milk teas, which I love. They have Earl Grey milk tea, which there's a place that sells iced Earl Grey. I told you about that before, and I always put cream in it because of Kwang Chuan and their Earl Grey milk tea. And their milk teas, I have a bottle of their Darjeeling milk tea. And let me tell you, if there was a cafe that sold iced Darjeeling tea, I'd marry it. But yeah, they have the Darjeeling milk tea, and it says, what does it say on it? It's something like, savor our bold and full-bodied aromatic milk tea on a leisure afternoon of yours. The thing about Kwang Chuan is they have these little blurbs that are just like this combination of English and pretentiousness that I find oddly endearing. And also their drinks are really good because the Darjeeling milk tea, the aforementioned Earl Grey milk tea, they have a tiramisu milk tea, which is kind of like someone went into a coffee shop, strode up to the bar, asked the barista, I can't decide if I want tea or a cappuccino. So just make me both of them and mix them together. And I'd also like a cookie. I'd like a what do they call those Italian cookies? The long, thin Italian cookies. God, I'm blanking on the name. But yeah, get me one of those, but don't serve it on a plate. Stick it in a blender with the concoction that I asked you to make before. Press liquefy, and then pour that back into the glass and serve it to me. That's kind of what this tiramisu milk tea is like. It's incredible. But yes, we've got the apple black tea today. The thing I find about black tea is it tends to take to flavoring a little better. The green tea, except for matcha, which is just kind of vegetably and off-putting to me. But green tea, I find, tends to have a very subtle flavor, so that if you add flavoring to it, it kind of overwhelms the tea and you can't taste the tea. But black tea, I think, lends itself to flavoring better because the flavors complement one another. I mean, you can taste whatever flavor's in it, but you can also taste the tea. So let's see if that's true about apple black tea. I was intrigued by... I'm shaking it, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. It probably says shake well on... What's the ingredients here? Water, fructose... Look at that! They have, like... This is like the learning Chinese ingredients, because every individual ingredient is in English and Chinese. It's not separate. It's all together. I love that. Water, fructose, sugar, apple juice concentrate, black tea powder, artificial flavor, malic acid, citric acid, and sodium citrate. Yeah, so pretty simple. Yeah, I shook it, but it seems to be pretty well. That's not true with all tea drinks. I had one of those tea lattes over at the Japanese one. Oh, that's apple-y. Yeah, I'm definitely smelling a lot of apple there. Not so much tea, but definitely apple. Let's see. That's a complex flavor. It's weird because you can... It doesn't really taste like tea or apple when you get them together. I mean, you can really smell... You can't smell the tea. You can really smell the apple, but when you... Okay, I got a little more of the apple that time. But there's something else underneath it, and I think that's the tea, but it doesn't really taste tea-like. This is really complex. I love this. Yeah, I like this a lot. This is... Wow. I don't know what to say about that, but that's really good. I've seen this around for a while, just like apple tea, but this is really freaking good, people. Yeah, it's another win for Kwang Chuan, I have to tell you. This is first-rate stuff. They also make this Blue Mountain coffee. It comes in a sort of carton / bottle, kind of like their milk teas that I was talking about earlier, but it's blue and it has like a giant coffee bean on the front, and it's probably the best, iced coffee in a bottle I've ever had, and I can't find it anywhere anymore. So if you know a source for this stuff, let me know. Yeah, and also if I'm still doing a question and answer thing if you want, so if you got any questions about the Movie Explorer or whatever, put it in the comments below and we'll talk about it. And by all means, go down to the 99 Wrench and pick yourself up a Kwang Chuan apple black tea, because this is really freaking good, people. Anyway, that's all for now, so see you around.